a number of years ago, I wanted to get Marion's portrait painted. So I asked somebody at the gallery who should do it. I think the director, and he said, I would suggest an artist named Wayne Thiebaud, who is a very famous artist. So I called him, and I think he was living in Sacramento. And I said, would you paint my wife's portrait? And he said, yeah, I'd be glad to. And then I went back to the Nelson, and I said, do you have any paintings by Wayne Thiebaud? They said, yeah, we have two. One was a very tall picture of a girl with a bikini on, just standing there like that, and not very attractive, I didn't think. And the other one they had was a gumball machine. And I said, I can't imagine him painting my wife. You know, I don't know what it would turn out to be. I said, so I called him back and I said, I've changed my mind, and let's postpone it or forget it. And he said, okay. Sometime after that, we went to a football game somewhere down south, and we were up in the press box. And another man up there was an art dealer from New York. And so I thought I'd ask him. He said, oh, I know a wonderful artist. He's not well known, but I guarantee you can't go wrong if you use him to paint. And this is what he does. He paints portraits. And so I said, well, could you make arrangements for my wife to be painted by him? Because he was an established art dealer, and he did. And that was by Andy Warhol.
Had you heard of Andy Warhol?
I'd never heard of him, no. And in fact, we looked at his studio one time when we had an apartment in New York, and the company did. And I saw his work, and I thought, gosh, some of it was hideous. And I said, well, if you paint Marion's portrait, and I noticed none of them were signed. I said, you'll sign his work, won't you? And his manager was standing behind him and went like that. And I said, oh, forget it, it's not important. So I called up a hotel, a nice hotel in New York, and I said, I'd like a very nice room with a fireplace because my wife's having her portrait painted. And of course and I didn't even go to New York with her. She went with one of our daughters. And when he got there, he just took her into one of the bedrooms, took out he's got like a $10 Polaroid at that time, and took her picture with a Polaroid, and that was the end of it. And we didn't need that fancy room. Then when I got home, I began to worry about what the painting would look like, because I'd seen at his studio some things he had done that were just awful, to me anyway. And the painting turned out just beautiful, just great.
When you saw that, what did Marion say when she saw it?
I think she liked it. I think she liked it. And he painted 4 of them. He sent 3 of them to us and kept one. His paintings are very good now, very, very hard to get. He died very young.